Hello. So, can everyone quickly introduce themselves who have joined? So, let us know who have joined. And also, as yesterday, And I hope you're able to see my chat. Hope you're all able to see my chat from the web account. Yeah, I will increase. It is just for some time that LinkedIn to show. Okay, let me take it full screen. Hope you're able to see now. And we'll start in another 5 minutes. So in the meantime, you all can. Yes, dear Kamal, I am telling that step by step. Yesterday we have done all the HTML. So today we will start with CSS. So yesterday we created all the things. You can see that uh, live chat, live video session. It is there in my YouTube. If you want, I can paste that here also. You can find it from it, my LinkedIn. So let's wait for some more time. And in the meantime, all of you, please mark your attendance on the LinkedIn post which I have given earlier. that I can know who is attending. Okay, thanks. Some of you are marking it. Also connect with me on LinkedIn. So send a connection request. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel. It has more than 100 of high quality videos, and it helps me prepare content like this and also going live if I get the subscriber base. So please help me and subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can continue this live sessions and all. So I think a lot of people have joined, and it's time we should start. So it's time to close everything now. Let me close this LinkedIn now, because we are going to start this live session, and I divided my. So Dev Kumar is asking microservices in Node.js. So this is a very basic class. I am not going till that Node.js. Yeah, I will teach React, but React.js and a lot of React.js. If you go to the all of the course content, so the course content I have earlier given, so it contains React. I will paste again, but not Node. Node is too advanced for this. And Node is generally required for full stack development. It is not required for a front-end developer job also. So this is the course content, and I'm not going to cover Node.js in this. Okay, because covering this much, this is from basic to advanced. So React also I'm teaching. So you are going to learn a lot of React in this. All the old type of React and the new type of React, everything I'm going to teach. So I'm going to teach a lot. Okay, someone is asking yesterday's link. So let me give someone yesterday's link. So yeah. So we will start now with CSS. And there we can find paid month course on Udemy. I can give you the link after end of this course. So there are some very good brad traversy course. You can do that brad traversy course. They are very good. So you have a complete month stack course. You can do that. So let me start now. Here, what I have done, I have created a CSS folder and just opened it in VS Code, which we have seen yesterday also. VS Code. I'm using VS Code for this project, so I have opened it there. And what is CSS? So CSS is also known as. Let me just see what is CSS. So CSS is known as cascading styles is because it is used to style the website. So websites, as we have seen yesterday, the HTML website which I've seen, it was quite ugly. It was not anything near to any of the newer website which you see. It was quite ugly. So that everything is done through CSS. The styling is done through CSS, and CSS is a bit of yeah, what you can say, it has been hated by the developers also because CSS is mainly considered as right brain. So right brain, if you know, means right brain is more artistic. So the developer tends to struggle a lot in CSS because it has got a lot of artistic thing also signed. But I don't think because if you learn it well, you can do anything. Generally, what happens, the designers give you design which are in Sketch or something, and you have to develop the CSS in production level project. What happens? You have to develop the CSS, but most people hate doing CSS because it is a bit. The developers find it a bit tough, but some people find it very useful, very easy, and you can develop your whole career with only HTML and CSS. You don't even have to go for JavaScript. You don't even have to go for React. I was talking with the designer yesterday only, and he have built his whole career, a whole freelance career with HTML and CSS only. So he does designing, development. So that's the power of CSS. So you can build very good, very beautiful websites with CSS. So you don't even need much of interactivity because those JavaScript things, very minimal JavaScript things are required. But you can develop website with CSS, HTML and CSS, but not web apps. So what are web apps? So this whatever you see nowadays, Facebook and everything, they are not website actually. They are web app. They have big complicated logic behind it. Someone was asking about the MERN stack. So it has got MERN stack. MERN stack means MongoDB, Express, React, and Node.js. So it has got backend also and frontend also. And backend, how much does he answer? Okay, that freelancer. So he was telling me something like he had earned more than uh, lakh, $1 lakh in the past around 8 years. He had earned more than $1 lakh, and he was a top freelancer. Means mainly developer come HTML CSS guy, means he will give you everything, means from the sketch file. The designing is generally done in Sketch, and most of the designer nowadays, freelance designer, which I know, they do HTML and CSS also. So the developers mainly means get that HTML and CSS, and they start working on the React code. But CSS is very important. So that's why we will now look into CSS. So CSS, as I'm told, it is known as cascading style sheet, and there are three ways to add CSS to HTML. So three ways are there, and one is inline CSS, which is directly in the HTML element. Second is internal CSS using the style tag. Third is external CSS. It is linking the .css file. So this is the thing which we are going to see the most here. So let me not talk anymore and let me start. Let me delete it. And Just like yesterday, I will do a CSS. We will style some HTML because CSS can't exist without HTML. So we have created one index.html, and many people have asked me how I got that skeleton. So as I have told yesterday, also this not you have to do, and this emit will come. So emit is there by default. It is installed in VS Code, and then you have to press a tab, and tab will give you the skeleton, all the skeleton, and then I can go here and write CSS basics. Okay, so save it, and let me put something on the body, or else it will not appear. So I will put h1 hello world. But as I told yesterday, I am using a plugin known as, I will tell again today, I'm using a plugin known as Live Server. So what does Live Server do? So you don't have to refresh every time whenever you do some change. So the Live Server, so I'm using this from the quick day. So you have to install it, this Live Server, so that you can follow along. So what happens means anything I change with this index.html, if I don't use the live server, I have to go to the folder and double click on it and open it in the browser, and then I have to reload every time whenever I make some changes. So most of the developers, when they work on pure HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, they use this extension. React comes inbuilt with this type of extension, so we don't have to do anything. And this is known as hot reloading in the React world. Hot reloading means it's done automatically. So for that index.html, I came and I will do a right click and open with live server. So I can do it from here. I can do it from here also. Open with live server. So I will open with live server and it started. By default, it goes to Safari, but I prefer it on Brave. Yeah, so this is so I that hello world have come, which is because of the H1 terms. H1, how to open live server? You have to right click and open with live server from here, from the file, or you have to open from open with live server. But you have to install it first in the extension live server. For me, it is already installed, so you will get some enable or some other button, and then I think it will ask you to reload. So you can do it from there. So this hello world is there. So the first thing which I was going to tell is the inline CSS. So inline CSS, these are generally not preferred that much, but a lot of time developers use it when they want to do something quickly, and even production systems we use it a lot. So what we'll do here, style equal to color blue, and I will give, I need to change the style to color. So we have to give an attribute to any tag like h1 or any tag. Like we learned a lot of tag yesterday. So any tag we want to style. So we will give this style equal to, and inside this double quotes we will give the style. So color blue I have given. So this way we cannot give much of the style because uh, this will be crammed. So we don't prefer this way that much. And so this is the first way. This is known as inline styling. The second way is known as internal styling. So internal styling, what we are going to do, internal styling, we'll do something else for internal styling. A paragraph tag I will do, and I will do lorem, Again, I'm using a shortcut from Amit. So lorem, if I give lorem and then if I press tab, it will give me all this dummy text lorem. So let me save it, and it is coming here. So we will now see what is internal styling. So internal styling is given between this head tag. The head tag is there, and here we have to give style, and inside this we can give any style. So like T, we are targeting T, and color is brown. And actually this is the way we should we will do when we will do an external style sheet also. P and this curly bracket and the color anything means we are changing the color right now. So color is brown. So now we will see the main way by which we generally do, and we should do by that way only. So for that I will give h3 CSS basics course. Let me save it, and here we have to give a link. So by default, if I press link and tab, it will come. And but this is how it is should be given: link and then rel equal to styles. And then href we have to give. Href is the path, nothing but it is the path. So styles dot css I will give. And now what I have to do, I have to create this styles dot css. So I am creating it in the same folder. So that's why I didn't give anything. New file styles dot css, and now I will target the h3 which we have just created. So, and we can give multiple things here. We will learn about each of them in a bit of time. So, background color. So one good thing about Amit is that it by default it gives us suggestion for everything. So background color, it is giving what are possible. So background color is there, and it gives the possibility of all the colors also. So HTML5 have a lot of colors by default. We will see there are different type of color property like hex value, and direct we can give the color name. All those things are there. We will see later on. So let me give this aquamarine background color. Color is white. Padding is 1%. We'll learn in detail about all these things. So it became like this. Background came color and the padding. Okay. So one thing I want to tell means about the CSS selector. What we have seen right now. So this diagram you can see. So this is known as selector. Whatever we're targeting, this is known as selector. Then inside this curly bracket, what we are doing, it is known as declaration. And after this is known as property, and there are hundreds of properties in CSS. Again, you don't have to learn all of them, and I will tell you about all the important properties. And then after that, this is known as value. So 1.2 m. So again, there are 3 units for value which I am going to tell soon. So em is there. So this is the whole format. Okay. So now let's move forward, and the next thing which we are going to see are the colors in CSS. So we need to add a lot. Means a website. We make website beautiful by using those adding those colors only. So colors are given by three ways actually. And one is color name, second is hexadecimal, and the third is RGB. So let us learn about them. So let me go here and let me do one thing first. Let me remove. Let me. I will comment this out. So this way, this is the way we comment in HTML, and I will make it only this, and I will comment this out only. Because from now onwards, we are going to work on the style.css. So I have commented it out. So both of them have become like this, means the original thing. So let's just go ahead and do. So we can also target the directly the body. You've seen a lot of CSS codes in which we have the basic styling in the body. So body and background color is hash f4 f4 f4. So this is known as hexadecimal. See, it is a sort of form of gray which I have given. So what is hexadecimal system? This we have learned in the math. The hexadecimal, that is the system in which the color starts from this. It is a six. It is a six-letter thing. So 000. It is whole black. If I give everything as like this, it is complete black darkness, and the other extreme is F six times. So this is the next extreme, and every colors is between this only. So you don't have to learn. You cannot, anyways, you cannot learn. There will be millions of color for that. So let us go back. So we take help of many websites to see what is the hexadecimal code. So I save this, and it became like this. And hexadecimal, you can pick. I have already. So there are many sites like this in which you can pick any color and see the hexadecimal code. Here for everything, the hexadecimal code is there. If I go here, the hexadecimal code is there. So you this all the sites are, this site is good to pick the hexadecimal code. Okay. So for hexadecimal picker, let me also give it on chat. This for hexadecimal picker. So the next thing we are going to do is h1 equal to color brown. So we can give the color name also. Like here also we have given, and h3 also we have given aquamarine. So there are many color names. So where to find out those color names? Actually, it is possible to give one. There are actually 140 color names in HTML5 which we are using right now. So 140 color names are possible. So there is a site also which will give you all those 140 names. So this is the name of all the 140 things which are possible. All these colors which are possible. So let me give this also. And then Hello, is it on now? Hello, hello, am I audible? Okay, so something wrong might have happened. Okay, so let's go ahead. If something happens like this, please tell me. Okay, so now we are going to see what I was telling. Now we are going to see now fonts in CSS. So fonts in CSS, we give it by font family. So there are very different font family like Arial and see, by default, VS Code is giving me some option of the areas Helvetica and Sans Serif. So what happens? I generally we tend to take two or three font family. Why? Because if the Arial it is not available in the system, then it will take Helvetica, and if it is not available, then it will take Sans Serif. So we generally take these. These are all website fonts, so we can take this. So first thing it will pick Arial. So it's like that, and the we can, as I have told, we can use the font through Google also, but all of them are not website. Website means it will work on everything from your hello again. I think it is coming now. Hello, because I didn't did anything now. Hello, are you people able to get my voice? Hello, are you able to hear me? Hello, okay, okay, then let me go ahead. Okay, so these are the website fonts. They are known as means you can safely use them. Verdana, Arial, Narrow. So you can check them. You can change them whenever you have. You should try all of them. Website font that they're different form. Some of them have cursive writing also. Like let me try something. Comic Sans font family. See, this is giving for your new. So it is different. See now just now the font was changed. So this is how the fonts are there. Now we will learn about two important things. One is known as the font size, and the second is known as the font weight. So let me give that. See, by default, it will take the size and the weight, which is defined by the browser. So every browser is not different; they are almost similar. So the H1 size will be this number, paragraph size will be this number. So it is like that. So now we can manually also change them, and that is what is done in most of the website. So let me give font size, and it is 20 pixel. Yeah, I will give that. So font size is so what Dave Kamal has got to a news resource site. So there is no news resource. You should follow the top web developers in Twitter. Actually, Twitter is a very popular medium for web developer. There are some hashtags which you should follow. I will. You follow me on Twitter. You will get those hashtags. Okay. So font size is 20 pixel. Let me. So I increase the font size 20 pixel, and then another thing is known as font weight. it is, let me make it bold. Yeah, I'm streaming at 720p only. So your streaming quality might be fluctuate because of the connection, because I think the I'm using a broadband, so there is no issue from my side. Yeah. So the font weight is bold. As you have seen, the font weight I have given bold. It made it completely as bold. So these are the two, font size and font weight. Pixel is a unit for font size. I made it anything you can, any number you can give. Okay. So the next thing which we are going to do is line height. Again, in this paragraph, line height, and I will give 1.6 em. See the line height have increased. This line heights have increased. So this is known as line height. So now you must have seen that I have given px, I have given em. So what is this? So we will look into the unit of measurements now. So actually there are three units of measurement. One is known as px, one is known as em, and there is another one which is known as rem. So let me use for that. So the px is similar. It is known as pixel. So one computer, each computer have a pixel. So it is a pixel. So that the pixel will be like that. And then the another one is known as rem. So rem, like let me give 1.2 rem. So this is the another one. So what is there is a difference between rem, outbuilding index.html with style.css. I use this. Right. You have to use this inside the head tag. You have to use this inside the head tag. You have to give. And my style.css is in the same directory. So that's how I did it. So back to the thing. So yeah, I was telling there is a difference between REM and one EM. So by default, what happens in this EM means whatever the parent element. See, right now we have not checked much nested, but EM means whatever the parent element. So suppose the parent element, the font size is 16 pixel, and we take one EM. So everything it will be means 16 pixel only, and REM is with the body, is with the root directly, means by default every browser the size of the font size is set to 16 pixel. So if I take 1.2 rem, it means 1.2 times that. So this is there is a bit of calculation there, and there is a very good article which I have found. So I will give you this because I don't have much time to go in much detail. So this article, you can go through this article. It's only a 3-minute article, and you can know the difference between all these three things: REM, EM, and Pixel. So nowadays, mainly people use REM and EM only. Pixel, when you do the maths, it is a bit difficult. So as I have told that if it is the font size, the body font size is 16 pixels. So 1.2 REM means 1.2 times that. So the maths become easy when you do it through this EM and REM. So let's, this is done. So the next important topic which we are going to learn is classes and IDs. See, right now, how we are targeting? We're targeting by the body tag, by H1, I am targeting, by P, I am targeting. So this is not a perfect thing. Yeah, we target like this, but there is something which is provided by CSS to us, which is known as classes and IDs. So we generally target by that only. Means uh, because they are unique. So if suppose if I have 10p in the site in my web page, so how I will target an individual one? Yeah, there are ways, but the best way is to target it is by the classes. So let me have a div tag, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to wrap everything up inside this div tag and this div tag. So there are classes and ID. So class I will give, this is an, and box one I will give. So class and box one I have given. So now since this div is wrapping everything, means it is wrapping this hello world, this and this. So we can give some style, it will target all this. So how to use this box one? So to use a class, this class keyword I have given, and come to styles, and then let me give it here dot box one. This is how we do classes. Means the dot we have to give dot and then followed by that. So this is for class. So let me do the again the background color. So you might have guessed background color means the background. Background color I will give light yellow. So of background color of this three element is changed because we have used the div which is wrapping this. So this is for dot, and before checking the ID, we will see everything. Why is classes there? See, the main difference between classes and ID is the main difference between classes and ID is that classes we can reuse. See, I'm using this box on here. I have another div, so I'm using this box on here also. So I can reuse them. And by ID, by default, they say the ID cannot be used again. ID are by default they are unique. So P, I'll give ID equal to, I can give any name. This is this names. This is up to me. I can give anything. Okay, this is second P, but it is advisable to have it in a lower case. Okay, so second P have given, but there is a different way in which the IDs are selected. Like this, as I have told, with classes we give the dot and then that, and for ID we have this hash, and then followed by this. And the main difference is the ID can be used only once, and classes can be used as many times as you wish. But that thing you have to keep in consideration that IDs will be used only one. So second P color is red. So I am targeting this one because I have given ID to this, not to this. So this does become red. Okay. So now we will learn about very important thing, and which is known as the box model. So this is a very big interview question also, this box model. So let me open a diagram for this. So this is the box model. So what is a box model? So every HTML element uses box model, which is the space around it. So the box model consists of the content which we have. Then after that, the padding is there, and after that border is there, and after that margin is there. So every element have this four thing. So this is a very popular interview question also. Box model contains of which four things. So it contains of content. Content means whatever the H1 or whatever I have given. This is known as content. And padding, border, margin, I am just telling. So for that, let me go back here. Another div I will give, and give an ID for it. And so I can give any name. This is not required that I will give this box model name. I can give anything. So I just given the box model, and then 11, maybe 20. Okay. So let me save it. So it came here. Now I will go to this box model as I've told. It's an ID, so I have to select it with hash. Let me give quickly something background color, light gray, width. We can give the width is 300 pixel. So the width becomes 300 pixel, this much. And then border. So border we give like this. Border is 15 pixel solid green. So this is how we give the border property 15 pixel. It will be 15 pixel wide on all the side. Solid. We have something known as dashed and some other properties also. And this is the color green. Then so it became like this border. After this, padding, keep on seeing how it will get changed. Padding is 50 pixel. So like this. And margin is 20 pixel. Yeah. So if I open it, yeah, I'm inspecting it. And if I go down, I will it will show me the box model, means what it is there right now. So as you can see, it is showing that 300 into 76 by 8. This is the content. And after this, padding is there. I'm taking it above, so it is showing me the padding I have given 50 pixel. And then after this, the border is there. The border is 50 pixel all around, and then the margin is there. So this is how it is. So margin and padding are very important property, and there is a difference between them which we should know. The difference is that padding is around the content of the element. When I increase the padding, this get increased. So padding is around the content of the element, and the margin is around the element between surrounding element. So this is the surrounding element. So the above div is the surrounding element. So it is the distance between them, the margin. Okay. So the next thing which we are going to see is actually, let me show it here only. See this 20 pixel you're seeing. So this 20 pixel is known as the short form. It it means throughout, means all around. Actually margin consists of top margin, right margin, bottom margin and left margin. So margin 20 pixel means everything. If I now I want the full form. So full form is margin, and this applies to padding also. Full form is like top is maybe I will not do the top as 20 pixel. Let me do it less, 15 pixel, 5 pixel. Margin right is 10 pixel. Margin bottom is 5 pixel, and margin left is 10 pixel. So the margin got changed. Even if I now inspect and see the box model, so it got changed. See, margin is 5, 10, 10, and 5. So what I have given. So this is like this, and then there is another way. Let me comment this out to do this only, and that is margin 5 pixel, 10 pixel, 5 pixel, 10 pixel. So I can do it like this. So this represents the margin top, this represents the margin right, this is the bottom, and this is the left. So this will also give the same thing. So this is another short form to do the above thing. So and there is still another short form which I will tell, and that short form is margin 5px 10px. So what does this mean? Margin 5px 10px. This represent a pair. This represent that top bottom, and this represent right left. So if I save it, the same thing will happen. So this is margins and all. So let me go ahead now, and now what we are going to do, we are going to do some more font properties. Okay, so before that, there is another thing in CSS which I am going to tell you this. Okay, so suppose I have a H1 here, H3 here, this CSS basic course, and let me have a H3 here also. So I have a H3 here also, but what I want to target one of them. So one way is to have a ID or a class in it, this one, this H3, so that it can be differentiated. But there is another way also to target that specific one. So see, I can have multiple classes also here. So let me give it box 2 like this, and I will see this first one have box 2 and second one have box 1 only. So what I will do now, dot box 2 and h3 I will give. So this way I can target that specific h3 instead of giving some class to it or something. I can directly target it like this. So let me change the background color is summary, color white, again it is same. This is another way to change the color. I can directly change it from here. It's not changing it. Padding is 1%. Padding is 5%. Okay, it's changing both of them. So okay, I have made a mistake. This box 2. Yeah, it is box 2. So let the padding be 1% only. Okay, so we will see some more fonts property like font family. I think we have already seen. So let me make it Tahoma. And font weight, we can give it bold also, we can give numbers also. See, it is already when I gave font weight, let me show again font weight. So it is telling me what are possible. So I can give numbers also. Previously I have given bold, but I will give this number 800, and this font weight will be 800, and font style I can have this many things. So font style I will give it italics, so it will become italics. This one says this side become italics. So this is some of the things which I wanted to tell. Then there are some other property like text decoration. So text decoration is there. So okay, it can go on. Let me do it again. Text decoration. So color also you can give, but generally we give like text decoration is underline. So we can directly give underline. So the underline will be made, and then the text transform is uppercase. So sometime instead of doing it from the HTML, we directly do it from the CSS. So we can directly make it uppercase. So uppercase is also there. There are different values for it. So you can see those values. The uppercase is there, the lowercase is there, all those things are there. So the next thing which we are going to learn is letter spacing. So this is a very cool property. Point to EMC, what will happen? The letters will be spaced. There will be bit space here between them. So this is known as letter spacing. So next there is something known as word spacing also, and 0.8 EM I will give, and the words are spaced. See, this space between them have increased. So this it is, and now we are going to learn about styling the list. So we have seen list in the previous experiment. So lists were quite ugly. So let us beautify them in CSS. So you can go to the index.html and we will prepare the list. Then div class equal to categories. Anything we can take, as I told earlier. H2 categories, and we will take an unordered list. which will give us those dots, those circle, and then list item. List item, and inside the list item we can take anchor tag also. So we are going to do that. Anchor tag, except let it move nowhere. When you want it to move nowhere, you can give this hash, so it is okay. So then category 1, let me save it and show you what is coming. So it is coming like this. So let us have some more. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have this. Let me save it, and I have this 5 categories. No styling right now. So now we are going to style them. So I have made this class. So I have to come down dot categories, and then let me have a border. As I told earlier, border is, this is the length of this. This is the width of it. So here it was quite the width was quite too much. So I generally give 1 px or something. So it is very thin. 1 px solid hash CCC. So see this. This one is done. Let me have something after this div. Let me do the trick which we had done yesterday. Break row. If I give some break row, what happens? Some space come after this because break row has been done. So you can see it better. Then padding is 10 px. So the padding was applied, and border radius 15 px. So this is another property. See border radius, what happens? See this edges, you can see these are now curved. So this is known as border radius. And then as we've seen earlier, we want to target something. We can target it by this directly giving the class name and doing this. So I want to target the h2. So what I will do dot categories and then h2, so that I can target this only. And I will do text. There is another property known as text align, and I will do center. So see this. This is now by default it is in the left side. So I will do text align center. So it came to the center. So this is another very good property. This text align center. So now see this have some padding also. So we can make the padding as 0. So dot categories. We are targeting the UL. What is the UL? This unordered list we are targeting. And then we make padding as 0. So padding as 0 I made. So it shifted here. So this is not still these are there, and it is not quite nice to see this. So what we can do, there is another property known as the list style. So list style, and see this many things it have got. So we can change this, the circle which is there, we can change this also. But there is a property which I am going to use, which is none. Style none. So when I make it none, the circles are gone, and this is the way in which most of the time list and list styles are used. Is we give list style as none. And then another thing, this anchor tag. Sometimes what happens, the anchor tag, we don't want it to be a default this purple or green type of thing. So purple or blue type of thing. So we can do that also. You can change that also. Again, I'll do categories, anchor, a, text, decoration, none. Okay, text decoration none. I will give. See, the underline and all those things are removed. Text decoration none when I give. And then color is black. So the color become black. So this is what is done. And now we'll see another very good property which is known as hover state. So you might have seen when you take a mouse over some website, some link, the color changes. So how does that color changes or the background change? That is by a hover property. It is done. Dot categories A. We're targeting the A. Then I have to give this and then hover. I have to give this hover and then color red, background color yellow. Let me save this and nothing will happen right now, but I will move my mouse over here. Okay, change like this. So this is it, and the categories are very close to each other. So how we have to, I want to move it a bit down. So dot categories align padding bottom is 6 px. So I'm moving along each of them down. So there is a padding, the li I am targeting. So each of the list item I'm moving it down, and then border border bottom is 1px. As I have told you, there are many other thing also instead of solid. And see one more thing. I'm not giving the border. I'm giving the border bottom. So I can do that also, border bottom, border left, border right, and border top. I'm targeting the bottom only. So only border at the bottom will be filled. So 1px, and then instead of solid, I'm giving dotted and hash 333. Let me save it and see what happened. Dotted border has been formed and only at the bottom of each of them. So this is it. So actually there are a lot more topic in CSS, and that I am going to cover in the next day, not today, because I have told a lot of property in CSS today only. So the rest of the properties I am going to cover later on, if you means on the next day. And CSS doesn't end here, so we are going to do project also with this. And the other thing which we are going to learn is CSS Flexbox and CSS Grid. So they are very good way, modern way to do CSS. And you might have heard about a lot of things like Bootstrap and all those things. So actually, I don't use them much because then you are not going to learn CSS. If you are going to use Bootstrap and all those things, then you are not going to learn CSS. Even in bigger companies also, if they start with Bootstrap, they face a lot of issue because you have to know CSS to even fix the issue which comes from Bootstrap. And this basic CSS, anyways, in Bootstrap also to require this text decoration and all those things. But yeah, I'm going to teach the Flexbox and Grid also, which are very easy and with that the CSS have become very easy with Bootstrap and with this grid and Flexbox, and they are quite new. They were invented 4 5 years back only, and before that, CSS was considered very tough because we will soon learn about float and all those things also. The old type of CSS for float and position. Position is still used, so then you will feel that yeah, CSS is tough. Seeing this, it might be seen that CSS is very easy, but no, it is not. So, but the assignment for today means then this week, and as I've told, I will give the assignment also. The assignment is that you need to prepare this whole thing again, practice this, and change this, the color and all those things, and see the different properties in this. So I am not going to give any link for this, all this means this today's class. So you have to prepare all of this by seeing this tutorial and changing it, changing the color. So the text line center is there, you make it text line left or something like this. Text then this style I have made it none, so you make it something else. There are instead of circle you can make it something else also. So your task is that do this whole today what we have done, do it whole again, seeing these videos and changing everything to a different thing. So this is the assignment for today. Let me paste it here also. And where do you have to submit this assignment? You have to submit this assignment uh, to my Discord channel. All of you please come to my Discord channel, and you, if you are serious about this, which I am my initiative, you submit this there. So assignment is to what I had done today, but change the values of all properties. So this is the assignment, and where is my Discord channel? So let me give my Discord channel also, where you can all join and submit this. So assignment to be submitted here in my Discord channel. So this completes our today's class. Nobody is asking anything, I think so everything is right. So are you all still there? Let me check. Okay, so this is for today, and I will see you on the next weekend, let's say in Saturdays and Sundays, till we learn everything in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and also React. React also will learn everything which is required to get a front-end developer job. We learn till that. Someone was asking about MUN because we are not doing full stack. So, but whatever React I'm teaching you, you will get a front-end developer job. You can try anywhere. Okay. So let's end this broadcast by all. So we are done for today. Bye.